Hey, this is Mark Schwartz on MTC Media with UVA, Illinois. 3 downs for UVA, the three keys for UVA to come out with a victory against Illinois. And they're coming off a first one, their 34-17 win over Richmond. It was their first win for Tony Elliott, the former Clemson OC, who gets his first win in Charlottesville. And now up next is a trip to Illinois. Illinois is 1-1. They won opening night and then had a tough 23-20 loss to Indiana. Illinois comes into this game a 5-point favorite in Champaign. But for UVA to get the road win, it's going to have to start with rushing defense. Illinois' running back, Chase Brown, was the Dope Walker running back of the week. He had 199 yards in that game against Illinois. One of the things that UVA tend to struggle with against Richmond on Saturday was, again, the running game. Richmond was able to get their running game going up the middle, on the perimeter, so on and so forth. Just anywhere they could get it going, they got it going. And that's going to be a concern for UVA because the Spiders had 4.9 yards per carry in that game, and Chase Brown is the real deal. And you best believe Illinois will feed him as much as possible, especially with Brett Bielema being the head coach. Second is Brennan Armstrong has to be the best player on the field. We somewhat saw that in a muted sort of way in the Richmond game. He threw for 246 yards, ran for 109 yards, albeit I think he got 64 on one big run. But the key for him will be consistency. He had a couple of bad misses, some behind. He was late over the middle and long, and ended up being an interception in the second half of that Richmond game. So we did see some inconsistencies, which is to be expected when you think about it. Not only is the first game of the season, it's the first game with a new staff in there. And so they're still trying to catch their rhythm, trying to get used to each other with some of the changes and so on and so forth. So I don't think it's indicative of Armstrong struggling. In fact, if you look at the raw numbers were still good. It's just that if you watched the game, you saw some things that certainly could be cleaned up. And last but not least, 60 minutes. UVA was very good in the first half. I don't think anyone would argue that, but in the second half, they were terrible. 2 turnovers. One was a fumble on the sideline by, I believe it was Wicks. The other one was the interception that I was just talking about. 2 illegal substitution penalties. 1 nullified an interception that UVA had gotten. So that is the things that they need to clean up in the second half, come out the locker room as focused as they were in the first half. And, they're going to need all 60 of those minutes to beat Illinois if they want to beat Illinois on the road. So that is your 3 downs, UVA, Illinois. This is Mark Schwartz from